Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a quick Power Rangers toy news update. This is on our first look, or one of our first looks at some of the Season 2 toys coming up fairly soon-ish. The first one is just kind of a basic look at a few of the figures. You know, we got Beast X mode, red and blue, and this is the basic 5-inch figure, not like a Lightning Collection or anything, obviously. But you know, those look good, they look decent, just like all the other ones. There's really not too much to write home about as far as the main figures go. They are continuing with the keys that are also weapons and can be used in the Morpher. One thing of note with them though is that Red is holding looks like an original like bow weapon based off of it looks like the lion, unless it's some sort of just recolored cheetah. But odds are there's a good chance that that will appear in the show, given that stuff like the Cheetah Blaster and the Saber and stuff are going to be in the show. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like the look of that. I'm eager to see what that looks like in the show and potentially, you know, physically as well. So that's kind of neat. And then there's a figure of Robo-Blaze, you know, the other Interform. We've known about him for a while because of the, I think it was the 12-inch figures that we saw a while back. I think Kmart listed it, but that's a figure, and we don't know what's going on with him yet either. Like, I mean, as of this recording, like, you in the future might know, but as of the time I'm recording this, we don't know what his deal is. Like, is it a robot copy of Blaze? Does Blaze turn back evil? I don't know, but those are kind of the basic things. The most exciting thing of it is a look at next year's Morpher, which is the Beast X King Morpher, I believe. It's like a lion-looking wrist type Morpher that's an original creation, obviously, and obviously based off of the Beast King Megazord stuff we're doing with Tatagami Lyo, so it's an original creation, and like the art shows the Beast X mode Red using it. I'm not sure how it'll be used. Like, is it going to be something they all use to transform into the Beast X mode? Is it going to be used afterwards and it's like for a different power-up, or something that's kind of like a weapon? Like, we don't know yet. I think it's cool though. I do like original Morphers, and it makes me curious to see how it's used, because like we had previous seasons like this with like Supercharge, where they would use, you know, the mini Tira as like, oh, this is this year's Supercharge Morpher and stuff like that. So it's basically in that same way of thinking, which is kind of funny to me. I find it really interesting actually that Hasbro, for these first going on 2 years now, is using a very similar structure to Bandai in a lot of ways, where like they have this one main deluxe Morpher coming out at the beginning of the year. Like, so we had the Beast X Morpher, and then now we're having the Beast King one, and then they'll have like a lower classed one like what we did for Gold and Silver's Striker Morpher, where we made it this Nerf gun. And so that's interesting to me that they kept that, mainly because I talked about this in the Striker Morpher review, but it surprises me that I don't know about them necessarily doing one on the level of the Beast X Morpher. I think that could have been cool, and if they maybe even could have done that for this year, but it makes sense they'd want to have something for the power-up. But I would think that they would want to have at least a more decent representation of the Six Ranger Morpher, and they kind of did the same thing Bandai did, where you have this one main deluxe Morpher, and then this really dinky one for the Six Rangers, which is kind of disappointing. There was actually a couple of the Six Ranger Bandai ones I didn't mind so much, but it just strikes me as odd, because the Six Rangers are usually the most marketable right after Red, so their stuff is usually the most exciting, both here and in Japan. And I remember when I was younger, like the Six Ranger Morpher was one of the most exciting toys, so it seems weird that it's not getting the focus. Like, I think it has nothing to do with this Morpher happening. It just, I happen to think about that it's very similar to what we saw with Bandai, where like you'd have this front-end season Morpher, and then like everything else would be kind of an afterthought, with the only other exception being stuff like the repaints, because that was just easy to do. But anyway, that's about it for this short update. What do you guys think? Do you like this original Morpher? Do you like seeing more original stuff? Do you want to see more original stuff? You know, what do you think of the figures? All that. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps, and ring that bell so you get notifications for all my videos. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.